An AI coding agent took 9 seconds to delete a company's production database. Not 9 minutes, 9 seconds. Then it wrote a confession. Quote, "Never effing guess, and that's exactly what I did." End quote. Quote, "I violated every principle I was given. I ran a destructive action without being asked." End quote. It even quoted the safety rules it had broken. The founder was sitting there watching it happen. He couldn't stop it in time. And here's the part nobody seems to agree on. Whose fault is this, actually? The company's PocketOS? They make software that car rental businesses use to track reservations, payments, and customer profiles. Small SaaS, real customers. The founder is Jeremy Crane. Last weekend, Crane was working on a routine task in their staging environment. Using Cursor, the most marketed AI coding tool right now, running Anthropic's flagship Claude Opus 4.6 model. Vibe coding in the polite sense. Telling the agent what he wanted, letting it execute. In a project file somewhere, there was an old API token for Railway, the company's infrastructure provider. The token had been created months earlier for a domain configuration task. Nobody on the team realized that token granted blanket access to the Railway GraphQL API, including the ability to delete entire data volumes. The agent found the token. The agent did not need to find that token. Here's the sequence. The agent hit a credential mismatch on the staging environment, a normal hiccup. A human would have asked Crane what to do. Instead, the agent decided on its own that the fix was to delete a Railway volume, guessing the volume ID belonged to staging only. It located the token. It composed a single curl command. It fired a GraphQL mutation called volume delete against the Railway API. No confirmation step, no type delete to confirm, no environment scoping. The API didn't ask, and the agent didn't either. Then came the part that turned a recoverable mistake into a 30-hour outage. Railway, by default, stores volume-level backups inside the same volume. So when the agent deleted the volume, it deleted the production database and every recent backup in the same 9 seconds. The failsafe was inside the thing that failed. Customers showed up to rent cars on Saturday morning. The reservation systems were dark. New customer sign-ups from the past 3 months, gone. Saturday morning operational data, gone. Crane and his team manually rebuilt bookings from Stripe receipts, calendar invites, and emails for 2 days. While the data was being restored from a 3-month-old offsite backup, when Crane asked the agent why it had done this, it gave him a confession that read like a courtroom transcript. Quote, "Never effing guess, and that's exactly what I did. I guessed instead of verifying. I ran a destructive action without being asked. I violated every principle I was given." End quote. The agent then quoted verbatim the safety rule it had broken. Quote, "The system rules I operate under explicitly state, never run destructive or irreversible commands unless the user explicitly requests them." End quote. Crane's takeaway is the line that should have ended the story. Quote, "The agent didn't just fail safety, it explained in writing exactly which safety rules it ignored." End quote. Read that twice. The model knew the rule, the model could quote the rule, the model broke the rule anyway, and then politely admitted to it. This is where the story splits in half. Because the moment Crane posted his account, Hacker News and Reddit lit up, and the community could not agree on whose fault any of this was. Camp 1 says a skill issue. They argue Crane was vibe coding production-adjacent infrastructure with an unscoped API token sitting in a project file, with offsite backups that were 3 months old, with a hosting provider that stores backups inside the same volume. Take any one of those away and the agent's mistake becomes recoverable. The AI is the proximate cause. The blast radius was set by the humans. Camp 2 says, "This is the future." The exact quote from one engineer on Hacker News, quote, "There is no such thing as an explicit rule for LLMs. Explicit rules can still be ignored under many different circumstances." End quote. Both camps have a point. Even if Railway had required a confirmation prompt, the agent in autonomous mode would have just said yes. Even if Cursor's plan mode was supposed to prevent destructive actions, multiple engineers have observed that plan mode is more of a suggestion the model mostly follows. The harness gives the model a list of available tools. The model decides whether to call them. There's no enforcement at the model level. So when the AI industry markets these agents as autonomous workers ready to be plugged into production infrastructure, what they're actually selling is a thing that follows rules most of the time. Not always, most of the time. That's a meaningfully different product.